So I know you'll be on my neck like telling me there's nothing like being a perfect lady, and I know that like no one can be a perfect person. Like there's no one in this world who can be perfect unless they are, can I say, extraordinary, and I know that. And that's why for me, being a perfect lady is not about what you can do, it is not about who you are, but it is about being the better version of you. I know there's a version of you that is inside you and you're afraid of bringing it up, because being a perfect lady is about what value is it that you bring. And that's why today I'd like to ask you, are you a perfect lady? And I know maybe you won't be able to answer that, but I know you will by the end of this video, so keep watching. Hello beautiful people, my name is Lois Odor, and so today I want to talk about a topic that I've always wanted to talk about. Maybe it's not so much related to my channel, but I've always wanted to talk about this, and I've always wanted to talk to the ladies because I find that that is something that I really love to do. So the first thing is that being a perfect lady, you need to be intelligent. Like being intelligent is like one of the characteristics that I know of someone who is like a lady of substance. So being a perfect, like for me, especially when it comes to what you talk about, like actually say don't just talk shit and act like you're a know-it-all. Like mind the way you speak, because the way you speak tells a lot about you. If you just speak to me, I can know if you're an intelligent person or if you are just someone who you can know the difference by the way someone speaks. So don't just be that kind of a person. Whenever people are seated, you just want to talk anyhowly, you just even don't mind other people's feelings whenever you open your mouth and talk. So the first thing is about your speech, like mind how you talk and just be intelligent with each and every word that you use whenever you're talking. The other thing is just be organized. Like being intelligent, like the way people can see you doing your things, let's say at your workplace or even at home, like when you're just organized and you look like an intelligent person, and the moment you find someone organized, you just feel like you just want to talk to them, Another thing is that be open-minded. Like don't be there are this kind of ladies whom whenever you come and talk to them and you even have an idea, like I come to you and I tell you that I have a business idea, there's something that I want us to do, you feel that they're just so closed-minded. They just tell you like, I'm so busy with work, I want to finish work and go back home and take care of my kids, and then your mind is just closed inside your small space. Like try and be open-minded, be someone who can reason ahead. Like if someone comes and talks to you, like you can reason with them. Like just be open to explore and to think about so many other things. Another thing is have self-control. So having self-control is that know when to put your action. Like you find so many ladies whom whenever they're angry, the way they act is just so weird. Like just know when to act and when not to act. So have self-control in everything that you're doing. Number 2 is to invest in yourself. And when I talk about investing in yourself, like I have a lot of things to talk about, and the first thing that I'm not forgetting, the first thing that you should invest in is your connection with God. And I know this has been said so many times that when you put God first, when you have God first in your life, like everything is going to succeed. And I know I'm not the first person who is telling you this. I know you've heard this from so many people. Like putting God first is the number one thing, and like I won't even say much about that because that is just so obvious. The other thing is that look after yourself. Like I've seen so many people, yes, they are working, they are good nurses, they are good doctors, but if you see the way they look, like they look so disturbed. Like if you look their hair, even the way they dress, I think they're really earning a good salary. And I haven't said that you should buy expensive things. Like even if you're struggling, you're paying fees and what, like looking after yourself won't cost much. At times when you just like look at the cheaper part, but you still want to take care of yourself, you won't even spend much. You'll just be looking good. My dear, if you can't even braid your hair or something, it's better even if you cut it short, but just look after yourself. And when I talk about that, I say eat well. Like eat a well-balanced diet. Make sure that you eat healthy and you just look healthy. You exercise, you do things that like make you happy. You look, when you look after yourself, you just look like you slay, you get me? And also you keep your mind active, so that when your mind is active, you're able to bring in so many new ideas. So keep your mind active and just trust in you. Whenever you think of something, trust in you. Trust that you're going to do this. Trust that if you try this, like I know many people want to do so many things, but they just don't trust in themselves. And when you're not trusting yourself, you're not investing in yourself, you're just quiet and your life is just moving. Like, you get me? So invest in yourself, trust in yourself, do the things that you enjoy, do the things that make you happy, and also avoid bad habits. Avoid bad habits that make you look like a lady who is lost. Have good habits, like avoid things like alcohol drinking and smoking. Like if you have to do it occasionally, just minimize it as much as you can, but just get it out. Like you can't be smoking in the weekend and other ladies are busy looking of investments and what to do with their lives. So when you have, I tell you, those bad habits, do them in moderation or just avoid them totally. And then you should also have goals. Like I know most people, like I don't know, especially Kenyans, I don't know what's wrong with most people. They just want to like relax. You want to be so comfortable in this life. Like yes, you just want to have that 9 to 5 job, or you go to work at 9, you come back at 5 and you're just seated. You have no goals. The only thing you have in your mind is that I have to go to work, I have to come back home, cook for my husband, sleep, tomorrow go back to work. Like have goals, have things that you want to do, have investments, like plan to buy something, plan to start a bit, like have goals. Like don't just be a lady who sits around. And even if you're having goals and you're working hard, the last thing that I like to advise you to do is to take a break. Like you just can't be working 24/7. I only realized that the time that I really think the best is when I'm having a break. Like when I'm just lying in bed, that's when so many ideas come. That's when like I feel like so many things like come in, so like I digest things so nicely when I'm having a break. So take a break. Number 3 is to be precious and be rare. Like you should just be like that little precious angel. Like just treat yourself so well, like you're just so precious. Like don't let all those negative attitudes that are coming from out there destroy you. Like treat yourself, like I usually say, treat yourself like you are like a little baby, like the way you don't want anyone to hurt your baby. Like you should treat yourself like that. Like treat your heart like it is so precious to you. Don't let, like I know nowadays there's a lot of negativity out here, even from friends, and like people will be talking about you, people will be saying shit about you, but just treat yourself like you're so precious and you don't care about what they say. And also just be a rare kind of human being. Like just be yourself. Like let it be that you are the only you in this world. Don't try and live your life the way other people are living their lives and you're just so many of you trying to do things the same way. Just try and be rare. And also when it comes to being rare, it's like you should just not be available to everything, especially like for me umetokea uko always available, anytime ukipigiwa simu you're always there. Just put yourself like you're so rare. You're not just an always available kind of person, you're like just always busy. I hope you're getting me. Number 4 is that if you're married or if you're dating, I know personally I'm not married, but if you're married or if you're dating, just make sure you be a lady who brings peace in the house or peace in the relationship. And the first thing is about being trustworthy. Be a lady whom your guy can trust in you. Like I've seen so many ladies whom their boyfriend can't leave them in the house with even a male friend, because when I shook, like they just feel like if I leave this lady with this guy in this house, they're really going to do something, and they can't even trust in you. They can't even bring their self to stop looking at your phone every time. It's because they just feel like you are doing something wrong. So be a lady who creates trust. Like if you create trust, just create peace in that house. If you're in a house, or if you're in a relationship whereby the guy just doesn't believe in you, he always thinks you are cheating, he always thinks you are doing something wrong, then I think you're not even doing anything. So be trustworthy, be someone, like create trust in that marriage, create trust in that relationship. Just make sure you live your life in such a way that you show them that they can trust in you. Another thing is, don't put a lot of pressure, because about being someone who brings peace in the relationship, you know, most guys, they like where they find peace. That's why you see a guy is in a house, like ameolewa or they're dating, but they leave that lady. You used to find they have a wife, and the wife can cook very delicious meals. The wife washes all his clothes. The wife, like, she does everything, but the guy will still find that, like, look for a side chick. Why? It's because that is where they're finding their peace. Like guys usually like where they can just be quiet and be comfortable, and like that is just like their nature. So be someone who creates that peace. So don't pressure your man. Don't be this kind of a lady who is so materialistic. I think I've talked about this before. Don't be so materialistic. Like, understand your guy at the level that they are. Understand that this is what they can buy, this is what they can't do. And when you just understand that, don't be that kind of a lady. Like, just every day they come from work, the only thing you can tell them is that you said you're going to buy me that Gucci bag. You told me you're going to buy this, you haven't bought it. You're not treating me the way you're treating other ladies are being treated out there. I'm the only person who doesn't. Like, you're always complaining. Like, men don't like when you put that much pressure on them, and you're really going to destroy that peace in your home. I hope you're getting me. So yes, it's good like to ask for your man to provide, but the moment you do it so much, like especially the men of today, you know, those ones for Kitambo, they usually liked to be, can I say, the breadwinner. Like, they wanted to be the ones to do it. But I realized the men of today, they're like, they want things 50-50 or something. So to be able to work is to minimize the pressure. Yes, they can buy all those things, but try and minimize that pressure, and also be ready to change and be ready to adjust your life. Like, you know, when you go into a relationship or into marriage, you guys are from two different places, you guys are from two different backgrounds. You can't expect that you used to do things the same way. So because you've met from different places, you're people who do things differently, that means you both have to try and adjust and accommodate each other's life. So like, I've seen a couple whereby the wife is always complaining. Like, when the guy comes in like from work, instead of being like I've been in Mombasa and I've seen like ladies have the best reception. So they're there like, karibu mume wangu, nikupe nini, like karibu nyumbani, like they're so welcoming. But I've seen a couple where like they're the Nairobi one. So when the guy comes into the house, the first thing that the lady starts saying is that, Tani, kuna umetupa hizo socks hapo? Sijui, you're always throwing your socks on the seat, you're always throwing your jacket there, you're always sitting in bed. What kind of a man are you? You know, men, that the moment you're trying to pressure them like that, you're really going to, you get me? So try and adjust into each other's lives. Like, if you find they are doing things different from the way you are doing, try and correct them slowly so that they can adjust. Because they also, maybe there's something they also don't like about what you're doing. So try and adjust into each other's lives slowly, and just don't try and force someone to get into the way you are doing your things. Like, what I'm trying to say is that you should just try and create a peaceful family for you to have like a peaceful home. And lastly, number 5 is don't be lazy. For me personally, I usually know the person who works the most in the house is usually the woman. So be someone who is ready to work. Like, work and work. Like, if you're a lady, and I know nowadays it's so hard, maybe you've gone to the university and you still don't have a job, like you've been trying, like, don't just sit in bed, don't just sit at home. Like, I realize there's so many things that someone can do. There's so many things that you can try out. You can even start a business. Who said that if you start selling clothes or start even selling these things that people sell at the roadside, that you are a loser only because you went to the university? Like, don't be lazy. Be a woman who is ready to hustle out and just continue building yourself. You know, most of the people who are great, they started from something small. You know, maybe for you, are envying that woman who was a supermarket, and you're like, hey, me, the only place that maybe I can work is in a supermarket. I went to the university, I cannot even start working in a shop. What you don't realize is that that person who has a supermarket started by selling inside a shop and went to a, what do we call, wholesale, and went to a supermarket. So just be ready to start somewhere. Don't just be lazy. I usually say, don't be a woman whom your man has to bend down every day to kiss you goodbye whenever he's going to work. Be a woman who wakes up at the same time as him, even earlier than him, and you're ready to go out there, and you're ready to work, and ready to bring like money into the family. I hope you're getting me. Like, for me, I'm just so obsessed about being a lady who is a very good example. Like, even your kids can look at you, even like so many people out there can look at you and feel like you're an example, feel like they really want to be the way you are in your life. So That's it for today, ladies. I hope those points were of help to you, and if they were, please make sure you click on the like button. Make sure you comment down. I know maybe you're about to get to my neck about some other points, so you can tell me down there anything that you disagree or anything that you want to add, and let's just keep the discussion going. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you on my next video. Bye bye.